By the end of this video, you'll have all the insights you need to know about Team USA in the Paris Olympics. We'll dive into preparation, key players, and challenges they'll face on their quest to gold this year. Will Team USA live up to the high expectations set for them? By the end of this video, I'll be revealing the secret as to why or why not Team USA will win the gold medal, and you won't want to miss it. Lastly, before we get into this video, make sure you guys subscribe to stay in the know about basketball and football. I really do appreciate it, and if you like the video, make sure you guys like it. For starters, let's take a look at why the Avengers were assembled in the first place. So in last year's FIBA tournament, Team USA finished 4th after being the heavy favorites before the games even started. Some of the key players to this team included Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and Jalen Brunson, along with a lot of other amazing superstars in the NBA today. Looking at their performance, Team USA finished first in their group in their original pool play with a 3-0 record and a point differential of plus 103, which equates to an average win of 34 points. In the second round of the tournament though, Team USA actually lost to Lithuania and finished their record with 4-1 in the pool. Looking more in depth on the Lithuanian game, the Lithuanians entered this game leading the tournament in 3-point percentage at 44%, and this was exclaimed on after they made their first 9 3-pointers to establish a 31-12 lead after 1 quarter and a 21-point advantage by early in the second. The final score was 110-104, with Anthony Edwards leading Team USA in scoring with 35 points, with Lithuania's leading scorer being Vydas Kardiaskis with 15 points. After this loss, there's actually a lot of criticism from social media because the only NBA player on Lithuania was actually Jonas Valanciunas. Like mentioned before, Team USA was filled with star talent, so there's really no reason why they ended up losing this game. After their play in their pool, however, Team USA did actually qualify for the tournament playoffs, in which they destroyed Italy 100-63, with Mikal Bridges leading the way with 24 points. In the semifinals, however, Team USA lost 111-113 against Germany after a dominant third quarter from Germany, where they outscored the US by 11 points. After this game, Team USA went into the third place game where they ended up playing Team Canada. In my opinion, this was the game that really triggered the semblance of the Avengers, mainly due to Dylan Brooks scoring 39 points in a 127-118 Team Canada win over the United States. The reason why this game was so instrumental was because the United States failed to medal at consecutive World Cups for the first time since 1967-1970. Their last team to lose 3 games in a global tournament was the 2004 Olympics, who was then followed up by the 2008 Redeem team, in which they won the gold medal. Looking past the play of the 2023 FIBA team, on August 28th, during the tournament I may add, track star Noah Lyles came out and famously called out the NBA championship for being called the world champions, saying world champions of what? He says that no other country got a chance to win the so-called world championship, and this was the final straw to the recruitment of each player for the 2024 Olympics USA basketball team by, you guessed it, LeBron James, aka LeGM. That's just the inspiration for the team though. Next, let's look at the recruitment process LeBron James actually went through. So LeBron James reportedly reached out to several top NBA players, including Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and Draymond Green, and Jason Tatum, encouraging them to join him in Paris. Other players such as Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Kyrie Irving, and Damian Lillard also expressed interest in joining the team, although there was a lot of hesitancy from a lot of players due to commitment and injury concerns that would come from playing in the Paris Olympics. LeBron basically took control of the GM spot and is basically trying to underscore Lyle's comments from last year. LeBron's involvement shows his continued influence and dedication to USA basketball, hoping to create a sort of last dance scenario reminiscent of Michael Jordan's final championship run. Using all of this as motivation, Team USA was not able to basically recruit everyone on LeBron's list, but they were actually able to acquire top talent from across the association, such as Joel Embiid, who is actually Cameroonian but playing for the United States team. This year's roster includes Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Derek White, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, and Jason Tatum. If we look at the total accolades for Team USA, these numbers are off the charts. They have 14 championships, 8 MVPs, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 59 All-NBA selections, and 25 all-defensive teams. Now, if that's not a star-studded team, then I literally don't know what will be. Even with all these star players, though, Team USA still has gone through many ups and downs, even before the Olympic Games started. The talent they have may be seen as a gift, but it also can be a curse, as there are many egos that cannot work within the team. This may and has actually led to butting heads within the team, and we will explore these issues coming up. So outside of the physical talent, is there possibly a mental issue that could be a problem? So obviously with every sport, beyond the physical and the tactical aspects, the psychological demands within the team are crucial. Managing egos and ensuring that all players buy into the team first mentality is essential. LeBron's leadership and the respect he commands will be vital in maintaining harmony within the squad. The pressure of representing the USA and the expectations that come with it can be daunting. Players must stay focused and not let the weight of expectations affect their performance. The support system, including coaches, staff, and veteran players, will play a significant role in keeping the team mentally prepared. And for Team USA especially, it's going to be really hard for them to not have a little bit of psychological hindrance, in my opinion, just because of how many stars they have. And whenever you compare it to all the other teams, they're by far the best team on paper, as we'll get into later in this video. So now let's actually take a look into how Team USA is performing so far in the Olympics and before it. So Team USA's 5 exhibits and games before the Olympics included games against Canada, Australia, Serbia, South Sudan, and Germany. Team USA won all 5 of these matches, but there were definitely a lot of takeaways from these games. Firstly, LeBron James is undoubtedly the man of this team, as James closed the last 2 games where he had 11 points in the 4th against Germany, and in a 101-100 win against South Sudan, he hit the game-winning layup. On top of this, we also saw the defensive dynamic duo between Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis, where they were able to lock down teams in the paint, something that was needed in all 5 of Team USA's victories. Past this, we saw Steve Kerr's experimentation with different lineups, which ultimately could be the reason why so many of these games were close, and something I want to look at later in this video. As I'm creating this video today, Team USA has played 2 games in the Olympics, in which they have played against Serbia and South Sudan. In both those games, USA has been a dominant force, winning by an average of 21.5 points. But there are still a lot of question marks surrounding this team. Firstly, how is Joel Embiid going to make a role for himself? And in the last game in South Sudan, Kerr said that he was too slow to play because of the fast play that Kerr wanted to play at. And this led to Embiid being a coach's decision DNP. Against Serbia, Embiid played 11 minutes where he had 4 points. If I'm Steve Kerr, I have to find a way to get the 2023 leading scorer of the NBA in this lineup. And yes, Embiid's style of play is not in any way meant for FIBA, as we know he likes to foul bait and get to the free throw line, but I still think Embiid can be an X factor for Kerr if he's used correctly. With all the talent this team has, I'm sure Kerr has a lot of issues trying to find some playing time for a lot of guys. However, Kerr has been playing everyone around the same 17 to 26 minutes per game, which indicates to me that he wants to have a fast style of play, like he said, that involves a lot of up and down play where guys do get tired, but you have a lot of depth, so it doesn't really matter because you're having subs coming in and out. And that's one thing that this team has, depth. It's the one thing that's going to carry them to the gold, in my opinion, unless Kerr decides to go away from this, which I doubt he does. But at least so far, Team USA has had a pretty solid start with some bumps at the beginning, but I mean, no one expected this run to be perfect anyway. So now let's dive a little deeper on Steve Kerr, and let's look at his strategy, specifically on how he's carrying his NBA coaching to Team USA. So Steve Kerr's coaching philosophy plays a significant role in how this team performs. Known for his emphasis on ball movement, spacing, and three-point shooting, Kerr has been experimenting with various lineups to find the best combinations. His experience with the Golden State Warriors, where he has coached multiple All-Stars, makes him well-suited to manage a roster full of talent. Kerr's decision to keep the rotation fluid and give everyone ample playing time has its pros and cons. On one hand, it keeps players fresh and allows Kerr to see different matchups and combinations, like we talked about before, especially whenever pressing teams and playing really fast. On the other hand, it can disrupt rhythm and chemistry, which are crucial in a tournament setting, and obviously we've seen this a couple times with like Steph Curry last game only having 3 points and going 1 for 9 from the field. I think this is only because he played 20 minutes and he didn't really have a full rhythm inside the game at all. The key will be how Steve Kerr can settle on a rotation that maximizes this team's strength while also minimizing weaknesses, and if he's able to do this, then I think Team USA is going to be able to walk through any of their competition. So past Steve Kerr's coaching, let's go back on the roster and let's look at how the veterans and young stars actually correlate with each other. One of the most fascinating aspects of this Team USA roster is the blend of veteran experience and youthful energy. LeBron James, Steph Curry, KD, and Anthony Davis bring a wealth of experience and championship pedigree to this team. Their leadership on and off the court is invaluable, especially in high pressure situations. LeBron in particular is playing with a sense of urgency as he nears the twilight of his career, hoping to add another gold medal to his illustrious resume. So now that we talked about all that, let's look at the big question here. Can Team USA win the gold? And in my opinion, plain and simple, they can. Honestly, with ease. The team has the most on-paper talent by far, and there's no real competition for them based on that. The teams that scare me the most for USA is France, Germany, and Canada. I think that France is a threat because FIBA Fournier is a beast. If you know, you know. Wembanyama and Gobert are two of the best defenders in the game, and they have home court advantage in France, which I think was actually key in their victory over Japan in their last game. Germany is also a tough team because they have a solid amount of NBA talent, specifically Dennis Schroeder, who is always a very good player in FIBA games. Canada obviously beat USA last year, and I think they have a good roster. They already beat Australia, who I think is a very good team, and Canada has a roster full of NBA talent that could honestly be a top 10 team in the NBA. With all that said, however, I still think that Team USA has the most talent out of any team. They have the best coaches out of any team, and they have way more depth than any team, something that I've been trying to emphasize this whole video. And look, I think that LeBron James is not going to let them lose any game. Like we saw with Germany and South Sudan game, I think James is treating this like it's his last season in the NBA, and he needs to add something to beat MJ in his GOAT status. Not only that, but Team USA has a historic record in Olympic Games since NBA players were allowed to play in 1992. The combination of LeBron's leadership, Curry's shooting, Durant's scoring, and the young star's energy and versatility gives Team USA a unique blend of skills. The key will be how well they are able to integrate these elements into a cohesive unit that plays to their strengths and adapts to their opponent's strategies. Even if Kerr is still having difficulties playing certain players because of matchups, I think that they will walk back home with the gold and push out Noah Lyles' narrative of the NBA Finals. Alright guys, that's the end of my Team USA video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, like I said before, make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe to stay in the know about football and basketball content. And yeah, I'll leave all my links in description. It includes my blog, my TikToks, and my Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.